we try to pretend like this thing doesn't exist, but it's a real thing to be Black, right? And in real estate,
right?
And if you want to have a few transactions a year, that's cool. You can fly below the radar. But once you start working with high level executives, athletes, men and women of consequence, you have to. There's something else you got to bring to the table, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So tell me about your experience as a Black man in America. And here we don't use our pigment, we don't use our past, we don't use anything as an excuse of why we can't achieve. And you've obviously not made it one for you either.
Right.
But tell me about your experience as being Black and moving and shaking in these spaces.
One of the first things that comes to mind when you ask me that is being young, being Black, and working with all different types of races. I think that, you identify what matters the most per race.
Per
race. Yeah, I was trying to find a word I couldn't find it. Per race. And so I noticed that with, I'm from Spring. I grew up in Spring, which is a, Houston suburb north of Houston. And I grew up with mostly white people, and so I noticed that over the years that as I start to travel and, just be a part of different conversations with white people is that where you go to school matters, where you're from matters. Traveling, like speaking in certain conversations really pinpoints and opens their eyes to your exposure.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think that nowadays happens with a lot of people, but specifically, like, I don't know how many times I've been asked, where are you from and what school did you go to? As a prerequisite to how much I'm going to talk to you.
Wow.
I would assume.
I'm from Hartford, Connecticut, and I went to Harvard.
Yeah, you know what I mean? When you, that's why I travel too, because not because of that reason, but because my experiences have allowed me to have longer conversations with people where it's happened naturally. Like, right. I've been to Croatia, right? I didn't even know where Croatia was.
I like to think that I'm a geography guy, but
yeah, you know what I mean?
Is that like somewhere near Spain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so
close.
It's in Europe. And it's an island, and we went to Yacht Week, me and my friends. And I think, having that conversation with people, this is an event that's every year. It's been happening for years. But where I'm from, we don't talk about that. My family, we don't know nothing about that.
Wow, man. God is good. God is good.
Right, right. Yeah. So to have a conversation with somebody who talks about Europe, and you say, yeah, I had the opportunity to go to Croatia. Like seeing the reactions of certain things, now qualifies you to have a deeper conversation with somebody. I mean, even on the plane, restaurant, wherever it is, it just happens that way,
Erwin, so you're dropping nuggets right now, man.
Right? I don't know. I'm just talking.
Right. No, you're dropping nuggets right now. And what I'm saying is it's one thing to look someone in the eyes and say, oh, yeah, I went to Yacht Week and, just kind of keep it moving. Right. And what I hear you saying in all of that is what makes you different, right? And not removing yourself from the culture and saying I'm set apart.
Yeah.
Just what makes you unique? Yeah. Tell me about you as an individual. And I've always said that our diversity is our strength.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Sun Tzu even says in The Art of War, if you know not yourself or your enemy, you'll succumb in every battle. And if you spend time, man, in human experiences, like you said, it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
Naturally, if you get to know this guy, and you get to know that guy, and you get to know this person, like oil and gas is kind of what taught me that.
Yep.
First time, international business, I'm talking with guys from Argentina, I'm talking guys from Mumbai, I'm talking Nigerian guys, Russian, I mean, literally, right? To the point to where if I go somewhere and someone has like a really thick, heavy accent, I'm like, oh yeah, he's Russian. Oh, that's Chile. You know what I mean? Right. Oh, he's from Canada. But he speaks French.
Right.
So that's beautiful, man. And I think even just high level, it sounds like you've done what it takes. You know what I mean? Like, you ever been punched in the face before?
Yeah, at least one time. Yeah.
Was it that bad?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I try to tell people all the time. You know, people are so afraid of doing anything.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you have this opportunity. There it is. You might not have it again. It's like a sharpshooter, right? You know, you aim, and eventually that person's out of target, that person's out of sight. And you'll never see that person again or have that opportunity again. So it's been really cool to see how you've seized those opportunities, man. Carpe diem. So if you enjoyed this short segment of the podcast, here's another short segment to watch if you click right here. Or if you want to watch the entire podcast, click over here.